Greetings, everybody. Today we're going to do the California contemporary style cooking, like a fusion in a sense. And we're going to work with flank steak. It's the only thing I could figure out that would be the easiest for you to cook at home. So that being said, once you get going on your flank steak, the first thing you need to do is get your peppercorns, which you received, roasted. Once they're roasted, a quick roast on a pan, we've done it a million times. Just take it and you want to crush it. So if you don't have one of these little doodads to crush with, you want to crush?
I want to crush.
Molly wants to crush.
Yay.
So we just want to crush those down. Hopefully this works for us.
What do you think?
I don't think it's working. Let's see. That's much better, right?
You're a little stronger than I am.
You want to try it?
I didn't take out my aggression.
Nice. See that? So get it all nice and crushed. There you go. All nice and crushed. I know it's a little loud. You may want to go outside, but you can see how we got this all nice and crushed up. And now we can paint our steak and get it prepared for final cookery, which will be last because we want to make sure that we can take it out, let it rest, and then slice it. So we have a piece of steak here, which you all received. Yours probably has a little bit more fat than this particular one because I just picked whatever I could find in the store. So here we're going to use this one. All you need is going to need a brush. If you don't have a brush, use a spoon, whatever works for you. And then you're going to paint this with mustard. And this is on the recipe. See how I'm painting this with the mustard? And the reason why I'm painting this is I want the mustard to hold down the peppercorns. So you want to make sure that you're painting this really well on one side first, right? And then you get to take some of your peppercorns. And, well, let me just use this one here for now. This is already self-crushed. So we'll just use a self-crushed one. It's not really thick enough. I don't like it. So let me just take some of these out and kind of like put them in there. Molly, can I get some gloves? I know it's going to be a pain in there right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your peppercorns in there like this. It's up to you how many peppercorns you put. Obviously, the more you put in there, the more peppery it's going to be. So really up to you. You want to make sure that you can sear. All right, got that one on. Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes it's like, of course, this one's probably not going to be easy. Okay. All right, so just push it down in there like this. There's one side. Get your plate. Turn it. All right. Get some more mustard on this side. And paint that up. You know, I like mustard. You may not like this much, so it's up to you. You may want to do a Dijon mustard, not a spicy mustard. I mean, it's up to you. This is a spicier mustard, so I'm going to put some on there like that. Get some more of this that we just crushed up. Get it pushed in there really good. And that, all right? And then I'm going to put some on the sides, too. Oops. So I'm going to go on the sides. And get some on the sides. And then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a little bit, okay? And then until it's ready for cooking. Because I still have to make a slaw. So there's how you prep your meat, okay? So let's get that to John. Thank you, John. He'll put it in the refrigerator for me. And then we're ready to make the slaw. So the slaw is fairly easy. Once I make the slaw, then we'll come back on how to cook, all right? So I'm going to just take that right there. Turn this over. And then get some more gloves here in a second, all right? So the reason for the gloves is because this is a raw item, right? So you don't want to do anything that's going to be raw or uncooked without gloves on, so that's why we're using them. I'm going to probably make the sauce first, so if I can get a quick whisk, we'll do the sauce first. So John's going to help me get a whisk. Thank you, John. John's here helping us because Molly and I can't do it all. Right, Molly?
Right.
We cannot do it all. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So here we're operating a little bit differently. You're going to notice that this particular mix is pretty cool, man. It takes a little bit of cream, you know? So the cream, so you're going to mix a little bit of cream and chili and vinegar. So basically, what I'm going to do is get the Worcestershire sauce in there. And this is the balsamic vinegar. And if I can get the cream, it's right in the door. I like to keep the cream cold, as you all know. Salt, hot pepper, and a little bit of cream.
There you go.
So this is an interesting recipe. I'm reading it right now because it's been a while since I made this, where you mix it all up together, and then we'll add some honey to it as well once we get some honey going. And I think maybe the honey's already, I have a little bit over there. I might want to put a little bit more, maybe a little bit more honey, because the honey I have. So see how I'm getting this mixed up? It's really an interesting sauce. It's almost like making your own mayonnaise in a sense, And so, of course, you want to taste it. It's a vinaigrette in a sense, but you can see how that's working. Isn't that cool? And then a little bit of honey. It's up to you. I'm just going to add some. I like honey. There you go. And then always taste it, right? Maybe you'll want to reduce this down a little bit. I'm just going it. Let me see. Yum. Needs a little more cream. Pretty strong. It's almost like making your own mayonnaise. Isn't that pretty cool? You can even reduce this down if you want. It's up to you. We're just going to leave it be like that. Look at that. The more you stir, the thicker it gets. Taste it again. Yum. So I'm going to put, I love the cream in this. It's really a great flavor. Don't hesitate to do this type of stuff, right? Get that sauce going. I'm going to dump some of the sauce back into here because I don't really need that much. So I'm going to just dump it back into here. Use what I think I need. Now I can add my slaw mix. This here I did a roulade, or actually chiffonade, where I curled it. You've seen me do that, and slice it thin. So that's how we're going to create our coleslaw type or slaw, is by making sure we do that type of style of cut. Put my peppers and stuff in there, my slaw, onions and peppers, some more of this. See, now I can add a little bit more of this for flavor. Yeah, my slaw's looking pretty doggone good, huh? There we go. There we go. I got my slaw going. Pretty cool stuff. So, I'm gonna let that sit in the refrigerator, and then we'll get back to the slaw in a little bit while. Okay? So that's how you create your slaw. Very simple, easy step. I like this recipe because it's interesting. We're actually kind of making a deconstructed mayonnaise by adding a heavy cream to this. So it's fairly interesting. It's very California stylish kind of concept. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much. And hit that little red button right there. And we'll be right back, and we'll show you how to make that steak.